Good morning. We're running late for school and I got Alexis. Anything you want to say?
I got this. It's lipstick. Looks like a real pop pudding.
Nice. You want to open it?
Yeah.
Well, let's stop for a minute so you can open. Come.
I'm gonna open it. I'm gonna open it. Look. It looks like an egg.
It does look like an egg.
It looks like a chocolate egg.
It does look like a chocolate egg, but don't eat it. Okay, let's go.
I thought it wasn't lipstick.
You thought it was, huh?
I thought it was candies.
Yeah.
I thought it was chocolate.
She almost ate it, but she didn't.
I was like, I like put my tongue on it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you said taste it.
Okay, that's it from the Alexis show. You want to say bye?
Bye. In my
Whew. So I just left the free range office space out here in Wicker Park. I don't know what neighborhood this is. It was a really fun event. I met with a lot of female entrepreneurs. Sorry that I look so gold. I put on a lot of highlighter. But I got a lot of good information. It was really fun and I can't wait to come for more events. And I think I need to go because I'm right by somebody's office. Still look gold. Hey everybody, I'm in the middle of eating lunch, so bear with me. But I did want to talk about yesterday. I went to the Small Business Women's Collective at the Free Range office, and there was a panel and a mindfulness session, and then the panel had 2 people on there. So give me 1 second. The 2 people were, oh my god, no, sorry. I'm trying to look it up so I can make sure I get the names right. Okay, so yes, they were featuring on the panel Melissa Ford, the founder of Melissa Ford's Coaching, and Victoria Hilting, the owner of Stepping Stone Nursery School. And I had so much fun there. I got so much information. And at first, I was really, really nervous. And even though I'm on camera most of the time and I'm taking selfies on the Instagram and I'm constantly throwing myself out there, I am not a good social person. I spent a lot of my time, especially in the beginning, there was so much noise and so much talking. I just kind of sat at my home is my computer. So I just sat in a chair and I just opened my laptop. I was like, okay, if I could just, sit here and work quietly, maybe I'll overhear some stuff. But after the networking at breakfast was done, then we got right into a panel, and it was a Q&A, very interactive, very comfortable setting where we discussed what does it take to even get started? Do you need, because the issue is when you think about starting a business, well, I didn't have this mindset myself. I kind of had the opposite, but when most people think of starting a business, they think I need to have a whole bunch of money saved up. I need to have a full-blown business plan, which is actually good to have a business plan ahead of time. But you need to have loads of documentation stating what you're doing for the business. You have to have a team of people. You have to have all this stuff in place before you actually start the business. And now with the millennial generation, it's a little bit different. It's kind of okay, I have this idea, now go. And a lot of people get hindered by fear. A lot of people get overwhelmed by it all, and it leaves us with questions, and it leaves us with needing guidance on okay, how do we go about this so we don't fail? Because nobody really likes to fail. I have failed way too many times, but it is not a good feeling to sit in. So people don't want to fail. They want to have like the right plan to make sure they're doing the right thing, because it's a huge risk getting into your own business. So a lot of good questions popped up. We talked about, do you need a whole bunch of money to start a business, and what does that look like? And people had a lot of different answers for that. Some people were able to save enough to say, okay, I'm quitting my job, and for the next 6 months I can support myself and just focus on the business. A lot of people a lot of people got that, and if you got that, power to you. But reality is, especially for a lot of working moms, people who are like single moms, or like the head of the household, the breadwinner of the home, like that's not reality at all. Like I try to save so hard, it is just damn near impossible. So it really depends on what you're comfortable with. Like for me, even now, I work I work 9 to 5, and I am the head of the household, and um I cannot just up and quit my job, because if I lose my insurance, like there's five little kids waiting behind me, like, hey, I'm sick, take me to a doctor, and I can't take them to a doctor. So for me, I have to do both until one, obviously, the job ends. So it really depends on what you're comfortable with doing. And then that kind of leads into how you dedicate your time to doing business. Like there was a good conversation around um, just getting into action of constantly working all day and like doing a whole bunch of extra things just to push ahead and kind of get on the level where other people are. Because like we do have a habit of, I wish I had a cool name for it, but I don't. Basically seeing people on Instagram, seeing people on Facebook, and you see them doing, like even this morning I read an article, somebody made a co-working space for moms, and I was like, if I would have just like grinded like way harder, if I would have just like pushed and pushed and pushed. It's like, like I had to stop myself and say, what would I push on? What would I have pushed? Like what would I stay up 24 hours to push this thing out? Like no. So we have a habit of looking at other people, and we tell ourselves like, okay, we got to grind 20 times harder. We like team hashtag no sleep, that type of stuff. And it was good to finally hear like, no, like if your body, like there was days where I was just like clock out, fall asleep, didn't even know I was falling asleep until hours later, and I will apologize to like other people like, oh, I fell asleep, I'm sorry. And it's like, no, like if your body's tired, rest. Like if you need that space to not think about business, take that space. And I think I needed to hear that, because what I used to do was, especially when I was like looking on Instagram and I see all these people being happy and running their businesses, and they don't have to like clock in and deal with all this work drama and all that stuff. Like what I would do is like if I caught myself later on in the day slipping, or just scrolling through Instagram just to be scrolling, or if I caught myself like watching YouTube, like I love YouTube series that's like Korean dramas, or I like JK Films, I like Casey Neistat. I love watching all these people, and I will sit there for hours and like watch the people, but then I would get angry at myself like, oh my God, I'm supposed to be doing a YouTube channel. And instead of me working on my channel, I'm sitting here watching other people's channels. Like, shame on me. And like, instead of doing that, like, I should just be okay with it. Because like, for the longest time, I would get angry with myself for slipping or relaxing, which is what I was really doing, was trying to relax. So you can't down yourself for giving yourself a break. Like, it's no rat race. Like, I'm not trying to beat the next person into success, because like success for that person is going to look different than how success looks to me. So when you get into that motion of I need to work hard, I need to work hard, no rest, no sleep, like think like, who are you competing with? Like who are you really trying to compete with? And if you feel like you really aren't doing any work, I put up an Instagram post today saying like take small steps. take really small steps. Like even today, I sent out an email scouting for a space for like a viewing party for a conference. Like, and I never reached out to these people a day in my life. So like even sending out that small email is like a good enough step for me to be like, okay, like even if I do nothing else, I did that one thing and I accomplished something for the business today in this video because I felt like doing the video and I'm missing out on eating my food. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. But okay. So yeah, so one way to combat that feeling of you don't need to rest and you need to be doing work is by just doing one small action, one small thing. And then another thing that I got from the meetup yesterday was to schedule in self-care. Like that was a big topic of this year, was to dedicate time for self-care. And it's very hard to squeeze that in because we either feel guilty or we go through that like, oh, you need to be working type of mood, or you're just busy with life. Like, so even if you can start with a minute or two per day, literally schedule it in to your day and just take some time for yourself. Let's see, was there any other takeaways? What I love that Melissa Ford was saying in the beginning, like she immediately said she's been doing business as a hobby for many, 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 many years. And it wasn't until recently that she considered herself like a legit business, an expert at what she does. And it kind of resonated with me because for years, like I also did business as a hobby, but I did not business, I did entrepreneurship as a hobby because there were so many different ventures that I just crashed, and now I'm in it like for real. So that was a good takeaway from Melissa Ford. Let's see, what else? Oh, the actual mindfulness session, like that was a big part of what I took away from yesterday, because I did yoga before, I did meditation before, but something about that session was just like a reminder that I need to get back into it. Just coming into yourself, especially when you're thinking about the chakras. Like a lot of people, when you hear chakras, they're like, Naruto, da, 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 da. But I think it's something that people should really, even if you're spiritually not into that type of thing, it's just keeping yourself centered and keeping yourself aligned, and just having that reminder that the picture is way bigger than what you're seeing. The big picture is bigger than your job. It's bigger than that spat that you're having with like a coworker. Like it's bigger than you not having everything that you want right now. Like you just have to align with yourself. Like what is your heart telling you? What is your mind telling you? Like what is like the end of that tunnel look? Like what does that look like for you? And just, even if you don't believe spiritually, like in chakras and yoga, not yoga, but like all of that stuff, just having that reminder to be centered is like really, really essential, because you can get caught up in a lot of craziness, like especially day by day. The next thing you know, it's the beginning of May and you haven't achieved any goals, but you achieved a lot, but you don't really think you achieved a whole bunch. And then like you're scrambling just to like make sales or something like that. Like just think about the big picture. Think about what you want for yourself emotionally, physically, spiritually. What do you want for your family? Like are you really going to put yourself down because you were scrolling on Instagram that day? Like just having that physical reminder just to be centered. Like it's truly essential. And one thing that I learned from her is I don't know the exact name. She'll probably kill me if she ever sees this, but there's one mantra meditation that starts with doing this, and it says, and you say to yourself, peace begins with me, peace begins with me, peace begins with me. And just doing that quickly takes you into like, okay, let me calm, let me become centered, and let me just, take a moment for myself. And like even doing that now is like, it's I don't want to say it's working for me, but it just takes me back into like, okay, what is the big picture for me? Is it really that I want to go back to my desk and handle all these emails and like just be stressed out for the day? Or can I just, be relaxed and be calm? Because like life is way bigger than the issues that we're dealing with now. Unless you're seriously dealing with like trauma and that type of stuff, then go handle that shit. Okay. Yeah, that's it. That's it about the Small Business Women's Collective. It was hosted at the Free Range office on the north side of Chicago. I took the blue line to Damon. It was on North Avenue. I think it was like 2141. They are going to kill me. It was like 2141. Let me look. Save draft. Sorry, I'm in Instagram. Uploading. Constantly uploading. Okay, let me look. I want to get this address right. 2141. Yeah, 2141 West North Avenue on the second floor. And then they had coffee. Let's see if I can squeeze in and see. Philosophy coffee. Like, yes to the coffee. Yes to the coffee. I love coffee. I'm a coffee head. And then, yeah, definitely check out Melissa Ford's coaching and Stepping Stone Nursery School. Like they are big on taking your kids outside versus being inside. Even if it's raining, they're taking your kids outside. And I am 100% with that, because kids get cooped up in the house and they hate it. And they hate it, especially if you're in a city, especially if you live in an apartment or a condo. Like I grew up in the suburbs, so I was able to like go outside and play, or go in the backyard, or go find my friends, or whatever. But this daycare allows your kids to like go outside and be free, especially if they don't have that at home and like you're cooped up in the house all day, and it's hard to like just get a breath of fresh air. Like that nursery is it for that. So right now, I believe they have 2 locations. They're going to move one of the locations to a third location. But definitely go to their websites. Follow them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Get updates. Follow us. Subscribe to our blog. I'm going to do more of these videos because this is easier for me to do than actually typing, because I get so distracted so easily. I'm going to try to do once a day every lunch hour, depending on what happens the day before. Like tomorrow, I didn't do much today. I might not talk about anything. I might pick a topic, submit topics, ask questions. I could try to answer them. And that's it. That's it. I'm about to eat all this. All right, bye.